These are some recipes that the sisters from the convent here used to make. So what we're trying to do is have a look at how they used to eat, what they used to eat, how they used to prepare their food, maybe where they sourced their food from. So I would put them in our trays with a little bit of milk.
Catering manager Sue Loads is training companions Arlette and Johnny in the kitchen at Emmaus Norfolk and Waveney. Today, they're making fish pie to a recipe written by the sisters who once lived here, using ingredients which, back in the day, would also have been grown here.
The sisters were deployed as part of their daily tasks. You'd get different sisters deployed to actually go to the vegetable patch and tend the vegetables because it was so important. Really sort of self-sufficient, sustainable living. You know, we've got massive grounds here and a lot of it was dedicated to vegetables, fruit. So much of what they would use was what was on site here.
Today, All Hallows Convent is home to Emmaus Norfolk and Waveney. Emmaus is a charity which, according to the motto, gives homeless people a bed and a reason to get out of it. There's a cafe and a shop which sells good quality second-hand goods. A project is underway here, supported by the National Lottery Heritage Fund, to refurbish the sisters' old refectory. The aim, to create a new restaurant for the public, run by the companions. By early March, much of the building work has been complete. The main window of the refectory has undergone major repairs, leaving painter and decorator Steve Higgins to apply the finishing touches.
Quite a big area you're on your own.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's all cutting in. Once you get a roller out, it doesn't really, it's not, the only awkward bits are up there, but once they're only small areas, and I'm used to working on my own, so.
Do you ever get lonely?
No, no, I prefer it, to be honest.
Back in the kitchen, the fish pie is coming on well. The companions are not only learning new skills, but also finding out about the history of the convent. And there is some excitement in the catering team about the refurbishment of the refectory.
It's an amazing space. It's so lovely to see that it's now being renovated and it's going to be really exciting to be able to use again. It's a room that is made for eating in.
What do you think of the pie?
I think it's beautiful. Well, we've done that, haven't we? We've done it together, so I think it's beautiful. And I hope everyone enjoy it.
Fingers crossed.
No need to worry. Everyone, including Leon, a chef, enjoys the fish pie very much.
For an older recipe, today, in this day and age now, I believe that we have more ready available things like herbs and spices, so it could do with a bit of tarragon to give it a bit more of a fresher flavour, maybe some charcoal on top. But for an original recipe, the fact they used to get their leeks from the allotment that they grew and stuff, I think it is a very nice recipe. Yeah.
Well cooked?
Yes, very well cooked. I think Arlette and Johnny have done a bang-up job.
Happy customers means Sue and her team can afford a group hug. The fourth Heritage Open Day is a spring event for all the family. Weather cold and blustery, but that doesn't seem to dim anyone's enthusiasm for egg painting, egg rolling, or the Easter egg hunt. In the refectory, the fire pit, which still needs a reinforced glass cover, is admired by many. And among the heritage crafts on display, cook and food historian Monica Askey is making nettle soup from a recipe used by the sisters.
What does nettle soup taste like?
It's a bit like watercress soup. Actually, it's a bit like a cross between spinach soup and watercress soup, in that it's got the pepperiness of watercress.
In the chapel at All Hallows, the history of the convent is enjoyed by many. While in the shop, I ask visitors to sit for a while so they can share their thoughts about Emmaus, Norfolk and Waveney.
Incredible. I love it. I've been coming for quite a long time. Often come for a cup of tea in the cafe, just to wander around. So yeah, it's a brilliant place.
We've been coming here since it first opened. So
About once a month, possibly.
more than that. Yeah.
Been to two Emmauses before, one over just outside Cambridge and one over just outside Bedford.
Why do you like it?
It's just the atmosphere, the people.
We like the ethos of the way that they operate and what they offer to people that need it.
How important is it to preserve our heritage?
Oh, incredibly important. We've just been to Bungay.
Yeah.
It's and the whole of East Anglia. It's historic. I mean, people come here for the history. They come here for our churches, historic buildings, places like Holcombe Hall, Blickling, all the big stuff. But even places that are less known, places like All Hallows, yes, you preserve your history.
In early April, some of the Emmaus staff and companions pay a visit to the Archive Centre in Norwich to look at the All Hallows archive. And they are astonished to find boxes and boxes full of financial records, diaries, and perhaps most notably, a photographic collection which shows just how the sisters lived, worked, and worshipped at Ditchingham for more than 160 years.
It makes a lot of sense how the stuff we're doing now, the preservation of the building and stuff, it all sort of ties in together. And I just think it's sort of the next chapter coming on board with the building and everything else and the grounds and what we're trying to do. So yeah, it's all good, yeah.
And I do think they're making some sort of jam. I'm seeing lemons on the side, I'm seeing potentially chopped apples on the side, and it would be really exciting to think that this is a recipe that we have originally from the sisters that we did actually recreate on site last year.
The National Lottery Heritage Fund gave the go-ahead to a 200... By late April, the companions are watching the interim evaluation video. In many ways, the use of video is for them. I wasn't sure how the companions would react, but they watch carefully and are very happy with the way they've been portrayed. And this is the Refectory on April the 24th, 2024, newly restored and looking a picture. The window repaired, the new doors, and the newly discovered fire pit.
What's the overriding emotion?
Pleased, because essentially we've got something tangible, an endpoint, an output, in that the refectory is refurbished, fit for purpose, looking beautiful.
And your relationship with the contractors and the architect, that all went well?
Yes, ND Willan are a family-based contractor, and all of their ethos and all of the contractors that they have working for them, the carpenters and the painters, they slotted in with us beautifully. They were so flexible to work around the community that not only live here but also work here, and it went really well.
I know that the window is now safe and isn't going to fall into the substructure, and we now have doors onto the outside. It's ready for, the social enterprise to begin, which will support companions. A piece of heritage has been restored.
And what didn't go well? Chimney?
When we went up to repoint the chimneys, we found that there was substantial structural dilapidations on the chimney at the refectory over the kitchen. And as a result, that we had to virtually rebuild it. What we could retain, we had to metal strap to support the structure, and it was extensive work.
the way that the room's now been decorated. We've kept the original lights, and it just feels very comfortable. I go back to the time when I was last in here eating a meal with the sisters as part of another project way back 25 years ago. It's great to see it now come back full circle.
The fire pit now, though, is a fantastic feature, isn't it?
It is an amazing feature, and it's going to be such a draw to anybody coming to the site to actually see this piece of heritage. If I could find out a little bit more about the actual mechanical workings of it, people will be fascinated. It will be a massive draw to the site.
The final event of the Refectory project is a celebration lunch with companions cooking and working as waiters. The recipes used belong to the sisters at All Hallows. A big day for catering manager Sue Loads.
It's just so exciting, and this room is now being brought back to life as it should be. It's just a beautiful, beautiful room, and we are absolutely privileged to have it here.
A big day for visitors like Emmaus UK President Sir Terry Waite.
I think the Heritage Fund have done an excellent job in supporting this, because not only is it preserving our heritage in a very constructive way, but it's also doing it in a useful way by supporting those who need the support through the Emmaus organisation.
And, of course, a big day for the Emmaus companions.
Well, I think it's part of history. It's like bringing history back to life.
I love to see it when it all brought back to how it originally was, when it all years and years ago.
And bringing the old recipes from the nuns back to life was really a privilege, really, because otherwise they just get forgotten.
And seeing that many people in there and picturing it, how it would have looked when the sisters was in there dining, it's fantastic.
You know, what they've done is lovely, and what the plans are, you know, ahead. You know, all really exciting times for us, you know.
So there is a sense of a job well done here, a sense of pride and a new confidence in the future of Emmaus, Norfolk and Waveney.